Hello everybody, and welcome back to Animal Crossing New Horizons! Today, it's not the morning, as you might have guessed. They're always buying turnips, get some bamboo shoots. My fashion target, Steven. Oh my gosh, check this outfit! I saw it and thought that would look fab on Steven, so I bought it for you, because everyone should have a fashion consultant, your fashionista Pinky. Alright. Whoops, what did I just do? Oh, you can favorite things. Neat. Wonder what that even does. Maybe that, like, makes sure they don't get deleted when you have too many? I don't know. What'd you get me? A raincoat. I mean, I have nothing against raincoats. Well, I have something against some of them. There are some where me physically touching them hurts. So I don't like those ones. But that one doesn't look like that kind, so I'm good with that. But, yeah. Don't really have a huge amount to talk about today. As always. You overlifted this. The other day I was coming up with a new strength routine, but a great idea hit me instead. I got so excited I couldn't even work out, so I wrote this letter, and now we're secret DIY buds. Secret Mega Builder Hamlet. Sandy Beach flooring. I already know how to make that. At least it's not a generic recipe. So I'll give him that. Yeah, I legitimately cannot think of much to talk about because I haven't really done anything. I suppose I can explain why there wasn't a morning video. And it's also why, as much as I had initially planned on recording this bunch of Terraria today, it's not going to happen. I woke up with a killer headache. I still have it. But it's dulled a bit. Talking like this has made it come back a bit, so yeah, that's basically solidified. I'm recording Terraria tomorrow. I was awake at like 10, but like the headache was so bad. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take a drink of the coffee I had left on my desk because I'll always get a cup of coffee before I go to bed. And then I'll go to bed, and usually there'll be about like half of the cup of coffee left, so when I wake up, I don't need to go straight upstairs to get more coffee. Yeah, I was just like, I'll just get a drink in case I'm dehydrated. And then I just laid back down and tried to fall back asleep and managed it. I ended up sleeping until about 11:30, where I woke up again. Aww. Yeah. Such a little cutie. Peanut, how are you, Acorn? Let's chat. Glad you're never too busy to check in with me. Well, of course. I would say I always try to check in on my friends, but I'm really bad at that. Because, as I've explained, I don't want to bother them. So it's just like, I'll just let them message. Hey, Steven, great to see you. Let's talk. Ah, this weather rocks. I kind of want to lay out and enjoy the weather, you know? That's fair. I'm also kind of in that camp. I might try... Wait, we already have that butterfly. I might try going for, like, a walk. See if that helps clear my headache. Might make it worse. Because... Oh, CJ's here. I didn't even notice. I wasn't paying attention to what Isabel was saying. I'm gonna be honest. So I guess we got a fishing challenge today. Because, like, I don't know if I've maybe just developed a pollen allergy as time's gone on. I don't know if you can just randomly develop one. But I know I definitely spend a lot less time outside now than I used to. And now in the spring, I tend to get congested headaches. But I don't know if that's just coincidence. I mean, correlation is not always causation. You know, just because two events happen at the same time does not mean that they are actually linked. You know, like me getting a headache today. Like, that could just simply be I overslept and then overslept more by going back to bed. And then my body's just angry with me now. Or it could be the pollen in the air, because spring is here, basically, so, you know. I don't know. And unless I were to go to, like, the hospital and be like, yo, what's wrong with me? I have no way of knowing. Alright, what do you want? What do you want this time, CJ? Yep. What's your challenge? Freestyle day. Just catch 5 things in a row. Alright, I can do that. I don't need to even remember that, I just need to catch things. Yeah. Like, so I don't know if going for a walk would actually help me, but I might do it. I need to get more stuff in Pokemon Go anyway, so, like, I have been, like, scrounging for Pokeballs for, like, days now, going on a week, really, because I've needed to go for a walk to, like, restock on Pokeballs and stuff. The route I walk has a lot of Pokestops along it. Like, I can pretty easily stock up on Pokeballs, potions, all that nice, neat stuff. Ah, yes, a paper bag for my head. That's exactly what I need. No one needs to see this. I don't know why you guys want to see this. Like, career jacket. I don't got one of those. Career or a career jacket. Nah. Tailored jacket? I kind of like that. Like, take the button off, and that's basically how I have to wear my jacket, so. Mostly because the button broke, and I'm also too fat. I literally couldn't do it up if I wanted to, but, yes. Perfection. There's, like, no just normal socks. Like, I just want normal, just sock in black. That's what I want. Whoops, I wanted to buy that. No, something did catch my eye. I just blanked. I apologize. Mabel. I want this. Heck yeah. Thank you, Mabes. Alright, Sabes, what's up? Sorry, silly, since I'm inside the shop all day, but sunny weather helps me work faster. Maybe it's just I'm making shorter sleeves. No, you're definitely making long, thick sleeves today, so... And a paper bag with holes in it. But everyone needs to make one of those from time to time. But yeah, I've mostly just still been just playing World of Tanks Blitz. Like, I have consistently been still having fun with it. Which is the thing, like, wargaming titles have that ability where even at times when they frustrate you, if you just take a bit of a break and go back to them, they're still fun. At the end of the day, they're just fun, which is nice. Like, oh, God, I was making something. Sorry, I'm in the middle of making something right now. What are you up to? Currently crafting a peach dress, just to see how I do at it. It's a great way to learn by doing. I'm totally obsessed with it. Yeah, I'll learn how to make my own peach dress. Write down all the details right here. Should be easy for you. And very fitting for you. You'll try when you have the time and materials, Snorty. Let's learn how to make this. Bam. But, yeah, like... It's just fun. And, like... Blitz has frustrated me at times. I will fully admit it. I have gotten frustrated while playing. But usually those frustrations go away pretty quickly by just hitting battle again, because the game's just fun. Like... Hey, man. Hey, Steven. Already here for a visit? Unpacking stuff is gonna take me all day. Can you please come back tomorrow? Live on the same island now, so we'll be able to play every day. I'm so excited, Kwa. What is up with your walls? Why does it feel like your floor is on your floor is on your wall and your wall is on your floor? Weber, are you doing okay, man? I don't think he's doing okay. Like, that feels strange. Also, I want to make sure there's no, like, fossils buried around here that I just missed. Okay. Gonna run all the way up here to make sure up here as well. The main problem I'm having is, like, staying focused on a tech line. It's definitely not easy for me to stay focused on just one set of vehicles. I have very much had multiple instances already of, like, okay, where's the problem? Like, I've gotten frustrated playing the ELC BIS. You guys heard my little ramble about how they murdered my boy. And I basically was, like, looking for, like, worst stock grind tanks, just so I could compare them to the ELC, and see if other people agreed with me that that is probably the worst vehicle. I mean, it's not just the worst stock grind, it's the worst grind, but, you know. Renorn, is something to run into you? Let's chat. Just wondering if I'd run into you, because it means I'm thinking about you. Lucky me. Unlucky me. I should really stop being so mean to Ed, but, like, I don't like him. Just don't like Ed. But, yeah, like, I got looking, and I saw people talking about, the S-35CA, which is a casemate built on the S-35 tank for France, as well as the casemate tank destroyer variant of the ARL-44. I think it's technically like the ARL-4439, something like that. I don't know. It's a weird classification and name. Like, both of those people were like, ah, these are so bad. And I'm like, I want the ARL-44 one anyway, because I just love the ARL-44. It's one of my favorite tanks. And then I'm grinding through the S-35CA, and I'm like, well, this isn't bad at all. This is actually pretty nice. I mean, there's no armor, but I wasn't expecting armor. It's a Samuwa S-35. That's what the S stands for, Samuwa. But, you know, it's an S-35. It was a well-armored tank for 1939. You know, at Tier 5, which is where this is, you're fighting, like, 1941 tanks. 2 years is a long time in tank development. Like, it's a long time in tank development. Okay, I believe that's all 4 of my fossils. Yep. So, like, it's not very good. Not very well armored by that point. Plus, I mean, they took the turret off to make room for the bigger gun. The whole, like, roof of the tank is basically missing. I mean, it works. You can shove a big gun in it. Like, that's the whole point of casemates, is so you can put a really big gun in your tank. You do lose the ability to have a turret, however. I was really hoping that there was just a tank destroyer line that had a turret that I could make as my primary tank destroyer line. And, I mean, there is, if I wanted to play the Americans, which I don't. Even, like, without everything going on IRL right now, I'm just not the biggest fan of American tanks. They're too normal. That's the best way I can put it. I like weird tanks. I like the tanks like the FV-4001. I think it's 4001. It's basically a giant literally giant gun in a giant turret on a pretty big chassis with no armor. It has been jokingly dubbed the shit barn because it's basically the size of a barn, and it used to be pretty bad in-game. And in reality, it was a prototype and nothing more, because it literally shook itself apart. So, you know. But, like, I like things like that, which is in the British tree. But their tank destroyers with turrets don't start until tier 7. They're taking a quick coffee break, huh? Same here, Acorn. That's very fair. Enjoy your coffee. So, like, you know. I could go for those. It's just like, that's a lot of effort to get to something I wish just existed at a lower tier in some other tech tree. I'm actually a bit surprised of how few tanks are in Blitz, but I suppose they're just trying to keep file size low. Like, what am I doing? I need to go sell things now. And check turnip prices. I'm not expecting them to be great, but honestly, if they are something I can make a profit off of, I'm probably just gonna do it. Like, it's just how it's gonna be. Also, I haven't seen the glowy spot. It's just that time of day. Ooh, a nice stove. That's a gas stove, though. I don't like gas stoves. I like traditional, like, electric stoves. I could sell these resources, too. You know what? I'm gonna. I just want the inventory space. 13,880. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. Alright, now what are the turnip prices? Turnip for what? 85. Yeah, I'm not selling for 85, but that's not a bad price for Monday. Also, I just want to make mention of this. I'm pretty sure I've made mention of this on video before. Like, you can almost certainly tell I had a shower. I can tell looking at me I had a shower. Wait, what is that? Do I have another fossil? The one I missed yesterday. You know what? It's only 80 through here. I don't mind. But, anyone else with a beard can probably back this up. I really wish the hair on my head dried as quickly as my beard does. My beard was dry before I was dressed. The hair on my head is still damp. I showered 3 hours ago and blow dried it. Like, and before anyone questions, no, I did not blow dry my beard. Quite literally, my beard just dries that quickly. Like, I really wish just all of my hair dried that quickly. That would be so convenient. I could shower close to bed and it wouldn't be a problem. Though that's more of a personal thing. I just don't like shower. Like, I don't like going to bed with wet hair. So, like, I don't like showering close to bed because that means I'll be going to bed with wet hair. I basically have to shower like halfway through my day because I am not mentally ready for showering when I first wake up. I don't know how people do it, honestly. It's wild to me that people can just get straight out of bed and just jump in the shower. Like, I don't get it. How do you not have to mentally prepare for that? Pinky! Oh, Steven! Hey there, my fabulous bestie. Let's talk. What should I do tonight? You could fish. CJ's in town. Now she's gonna catch bugs. That's fair. I guess she's on tarantula patrol. yeah, I suppose I should make mention. Like, there are a few vehicles in, like, the American tech trees in, like, World of Tanks that I am kind of interested in. And they are kind of the weirdos. Like the, I think it's the T-28. It's a very low-to-the-ground tank destroyer. Has been affectionately referred to as the Doom Turtle. Which is actually a funny story around that tank. The Americans lost it in a field. They just lost it. The crew that was taking it on driving trials, rather than driving it back, just left it in a field. And walked back. Mostly because walking back was faster. They then couldn't find it again. Like, it was found years later behind a bush. What's up, fashionista? No, I don't have an angler soda. I don't want one. CJ, I do not consent to these pictures. Yeah, I'll sell some fish, man. I'm gonna say 3,500. 5,900. I really need to start just overestimating. We might as well keep fishing today. I definitely prefer Flick being in town because, like, one, bugs just seem to sell for more, and two, like, catching bugs is easier. And you don't need to do a little challenge for Flick. Yeah. You got a can. And I am aware I could do Beautiful Town Ordinance, and that would basically prevent cans from being in the river. But that also makes flowers just spread like nobody's business. And while I love me some flowers, I love having paths too. And I really don't want to go through, like, 3 to 4 shovels a day. You know. But yeah, it's... I don't know yet of what I'm gonna do. Because, like, the main reason I want a tank destroyer with a turret on it, I mean, I feel should be pretty obvious, but for people who've never played something like World of Tanks, or even just thought of, like, tank combat, it may not be that obvious. So, imagine you have a casemate tank destroyer. That means it's a tank destroyer with a gun right on the front of it that's, like, fixed to the hull of the tank. There's no turret. You don't traverse the gun, you traverse the tank. So basically, if your tank is this way, to turn the gun, you turn your tank. You know, you have to turn the whole tank. Meanwhile, a tank with a turret could just move the turret. You know. So, imagine what that is like when you have somebody then drive up behind you. You've got to turn your whole tank around to fight them. Your turning of your tank is probably slower than their driving around you. You are helpless in that situation. Like, you can sometimes use terrain to make them, you know, to get a shot off, but it's tough. It's not an easy feat to get away from a tank destroyer, well, not a tank destroyer, but a tank that's trying to just kite your tank destroyer. Not kite it, flank it. Simon! Oh, it's Steven! Glad I ran into you. I'm so bored. Are you, like, free right now? We gotta play a game. You wanna do a treasure hunt? Sure. Cool, I was hoping you'd say yes. Okay, hold on a second. Go bury my favorite treasure somewhere on the island. stay here and no peeking. Okay. Do you already know treasure hunting rules? Yep. Well, good luck. Alright, get ready. Wonder how long he's giving me. 6 minutes. Okay. Well, I'm gonna check around where there's paths, because that limits where it can be buried, so... I should also get the camera up like this. Do you bury it by my house? He did not. What about in this field of flowers? Nope. 6 minutes really is not long for this. Not with how much bigger the island is, like... 6 minutes would be plenty of time for this in, like, one of the older games, but your island is so much bigger than the towns in the older games that this just... it's not enough time. Not if you have flowers everywhere. And if I didn't have flowers everywhere, it would be plenty of time. But, you know. Wait. There it is. He put it in Pinky's garden. Found the treasure. So yeah, that's more or less why I want the turret. It's also why playing the ELC BIS was so painful. Was because people could just get behind it, and there was almost nothing I could do, because they can drive around me faster than I can turn. It also meant that running away from somebody, I could not fight back while running. You know. Yay, found the treasure. Good at treasure hunting. I guess I lose this time. No worries. Here, give me the box and I'll open it for you. Not with my teeth. I learned that lesson. Aww. Who was bullying Simon? The treasure is an electric scooter. Alright. You know, I'd love to have something like that. Especially if it had, like, a decent, like, range to it. Like, maybe not like a kick scooter kind of say, but like just like a sit-on scooter kind of thing. Because that would be so convenient for, like, getting around. And if it had, like, a decent range to it, I could basically use that to, like, travel. You know? It'd be great. Like, I'm thinking, like, if it could drive about an hour, and I know I'm using Canadian math on this one, but if it could drive about an hour at, like, road speeds, then I could realistically travel into, like, Halifax from where I'm living now, which would be really nice. I wouldn't be able to, like, travel there to, like, work, but I'd be able to, like, travel there for, like, a trip. Like, you know, getting out of the house, going to do something. And I would have to stop and charge along the way, probably, but... Because, like, I'm thinking road speeds being, like, 50-ish kilometers an hour. I could get, like, the little flags and probably take that along, like, the shoulder of the highway and get to Halifax. And I wouldn't need a license to do it either. And it would teach me how to drive, which would be rather interesting. Which, like... I remember I made a comment on a questionable garage video. A few days ago. And basically, I was more just making a joke around his intro, where he basically started it by saying, "Hey, I know we're all car guys here," and it's like, well, I'm not. I'm not a car guy. I don't even have my license. You know. And, like, I understand that's a foreign concept to a lot of people, but, like, the area I live in, for general life, you don't need to be able to drive. It's helpful, don't get me wrong, it would be immensely helpful. But you don't need to know how to drive to live around here. Everything's in walking distance. At least as long as you're willing to go for a decent walk. Like, everything's in walking distance. So, like, and the things that aren't exactly in walking distance, you can cycle to. You know, there's no need for a car, like there is in other parts of the world. So, like, it's not that big of a deal in my mind that I don't have my license. But, like, I was kind of explaining to somebody as to why I don't have it, and the two big hurdles is I don't have a job, and I've got no one to teach me how to drive. So, like, I know the book smarts. I know the road signs. I know what the lines on the road mean. Like, I know all of this stuff. I even know how to drive a roundabout. I know how to do it in, you know, on paper. I just don't know how to physically actually control a car. That's the thing I don't know. And, like, I'd love a car. I'd love the freedom that a car gives. But, like, I don't have anyone to show me how to drive. Which is kind of a problem when you don't know how to drive. Like, that just seems to be a wild concept to some people. And, like, I get it. Like, you grew up with a nice set of parents, I'm sure. It isn't a big deal to know how to drive. You probably knew how to drive before you were legally able to drive. Like, you know, but I didn't have that. And then also there's the job front. Like, finding a job that I can trust to actually give me the hours I would need to own a vehicle is, yeah, not easy. And, like, I've made mention on my stream a few times. I think I've made mention here of, like, I've considered basically, like, updating my resume and reapplying at the supermarket I worked at, just for a different department this time. It'd basically just be a case of handing my resume to my older sister and be like, hey, here you go. I don't even think I'd need to do it at that point, but they'd probably want my updated resume anyway. But, like, one, the days I could work would be limited. I'd at most have 4 days of work a week, because that's the number of days I have kind of free. Which, you know, 32 hours a week is still something. It's just, I still have no faith or confidence that that store could actually give me those hours. And, I mean, if they couldn't give me those hours, there's no point in my mind of me applying. They clearly don't need me if they can't give me those hours. Well, they might need me, it's just they can't give me the hours to actually use me, so what's the point? So, you know, that's my thought process. Is it flawed? Probably. I just want a job that I can trust. You know? Like, I'm okay with a stressful job, as long as I can trust that job. Like, if it's stressful but secure, I don't care about it being stressful. It's secure. And, like, it's just one of those things of, like, I just really wish that was something that existed, but it just doesn't around here. Because rather than, you know, giving hours to the employees that they have, businesses around here would rather just hire on more people and give them fewer hours. Like, and I'm sure there is almost certainly some tax reason for it. You know, they probably get some sort of tax break if they have X number of employees only working 20 or fewer hours a week. You know, there's probably something to that. Like, that's me being a bit cynical, yeah, but let's be honest, a business doesn't do anything without reason. There has to be a reason why they do it that way, even though it's kind of inefficient to do things that way. You know? Cute wall-mounted clock. I don't want to go on this whole like, job rant. I just found that amusing. Like, and like nothing against the people, in case any of them end up watching this video, because they might have clicked on my channel or something. I don't know. As I was saying, like nothing against anyone that's like trying to like be like, hey, you should really get a license. It's like, well, I currently do not have the security to do that, or the person to teach me how to drive. And driving school is a bit expensive. Especially when I don't have a job. Of which, I jokingly will say this is my job. And technically, I do have like $20-some waiting for me on my Twitch wallet. But that's gonna take me actually, like, getting enough extra to get that money out before it's even a payment, so... But, yeah. Like, I do appreciate people that, like, look out for others like that. Like, it's pretty sweet, honestly. Like, I know there's some people that would probably take these people getting at them as an insult. But no, they have a point. Like, I probably should have my license by now. But life had other plans, you know. Also, because my headache is getting worse, I'm just gonna sell my fish. Got a good amount of fish. Alright. So earlier, with just 5 fish, it was like 6,000. I'm gonna go for the long shot and say 20,000. So I'm going for it. 25! Still low. I thought I was aiming high. I do not know the price of fish. That was a good amount of bells, though. Yeah, you know what? Let's plop down right here. Can you not sit on stumps? Oh, you can. There we go. I was very confused for a second. I could swear I'd sat on a stump before, but, you know. But, yeah. That's gonna be it for this one, because my headache is getting worse, and I'd like to stop talking, because that'll help the headache get better. With that, I thank you all very much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you back here tomorrow, as we will definitely have a morning and afternoon section. See you all then! And now in this end card, I'd like to ask if you liked the video, hey, could you hit the like button? And if you're not subscribed, could you maybe subscribe? It'd help me out a lot. Thanks a bunch.